Welcome to a journey into the Stoic mind and the calm life. This is not about abandoning your desires or dreams. Instead, it's about mastering the one thing that truly controls your reality, your inner state. When you learn to calm your mind, everything changes. The world doesn't become easier, but you become stronger. You become capable of manifesting anything because you're no longer controlled by fear, doubt, or panic. Stoicism teaches us that we cannot control external events. A storm will come whether you worry about it or not. A person will reject you whether you obsess over their opinion or not. The market will crash regardless of your anxiety. But here's the profound truth. You have absolute power over how you respond. This response is everything. Your response shapes your actions, and your actions shape your reality. When you cultivate a stoic mind, you're not becoming cold or detached from life. You're becoming free. Free from the tyranny of wanting things to be different than they are right now. You're free from the exhausting mental loops of regret and worry. This freedom is where real power lives. Think about manifestation for a moment. Most people approach it wrong. They chase feelings. They try to force emotions of abundance while secretly drowning in scarcity thinking. They repeat affirmations they don't believe. They perform rituals with desperation in their hearts. And nothing changes because the universe responds to your true internal state, not your words. But a Stoic who has mastered their mind, they're different. They've already accepted that they might not get what they want. This acceptance paradoxically frees them to pursue it with clarity. They're not desperate. They're not attached to the outcome in an unhealthy way. They take action from a place of peace, not panic. And people feel this. Opportunities are drawn to this energy. Let's talk about the 4 pillars of Stoic practice. First is wisdom. Wisdom means knowing what's actually in your control and what isn't. You control your effort, your attitude, your choices, and your focus. You do not control other people's opinions, the economy, the weather, or your genetics. Once you truly internalize this, your mind becomes calmer immediately. Why? Because you stop wasting energy on things you can't influence. Second is courage. Not the absence of fear, but action despite fear. Every manifestation requires you to do something that scares you, to reach out to that person, to start that business, to leave that situation, to ask for what you want. A Stoic mind develops the courage to do these things because they've separated their self-worth from the outcome. They know that rejection or failure doesn't define them. Third is justice. This means treating others with integrity and operating from genuine values. When you're trying to manifest something through manipulation or deception, you're fighting against the universe. But when you're pursuing your goals through honesty and by adding value to others, you're aligned. Things move faster. People want to help you. Doors open because you've built genuine relationships and reputation. Fourth is temperance, moderation, discipline. This is the practice of not indulging every impulse, every craving, every distraction. When you master this, your mind becomes incredibly powerful. Most people's minds are scattered, pulled in 1,000 directions by their desires. A Stoic mind is focused. It moves like water toward the goal, unresisting and unstoppable. Now, how do you actually build a Stoic mind? It starts with daily practice. Every morning, before you check your phone or talk to anyone, sit quietly, not for hours. 10 minutes is enough. During this time, visualize challenges you might face that day. Imagine traffic, difficult conversations, rejections, failures. But imagine yourself responding with calm, with wisdom, with integrity. This isn't pessimism. This is mental preparation. Athletes do this. Military personnel do this. It works. Then throughout the day, practice what the Stoics called prososche. This means attention or mindfulness. Notice your thoughts without judgment. When you feel anxiety rising, pause. Ask yourself, is this something I control? Is my worry actually helping? What action should I take right now? This simple practice creates space between your impulses and your responses. In that space is your power. When something difficult happens, and it will, pause before reacting. Take 3 deep breaths. Remember that this event is neutral. It's only your judgment about it that creates suffering. You can judge it as catastrophic, or you can judge it as information, as feedback, as an opportunity to practice virtue. The event itself doesn't change, but your experience of it transforms completely. Manifesting from a Stoic perspective means aligning 3 things: your thoughts, your words, and your actions. If you're thinking scarcity, while your words say abundance, while your actions show no effort, nothing manifests. But when all 3 are aligned, when you believe you can create something, you speak as though it's possible, and you take consistent action, the universe has to respond. It's not magic, it's law. The Stoic understands that manifestation is not wishful thinking. It's the natural result of becoming the kind of person who creates what they want. If you want wealth, you don't just visualize money. You develop the discipline and intelligence of a wealthy person. You study, you plan, you take calculated risks, you treat your resources with respect, and wealth follows, almost as an afterthought. If you want love, you don't obsess about finding a partner while being emotionally unavailable. You become emotionally mature. You develop your own life and interests. You show up as your best self. You're kind and authentic. And love finds you because you've become someone worth loving. If you want health, you don't just think thin while eating poorly. You develop the habits of a healthy person. You move your body. You nourish it. You get adequate sleep. You manage stress. And your body responds because it's been given what it needs to thrive. This is the secret that most manifestation teachers won't tell you. You don't manifest what you want, you manifest what you are. Your external reality is a mirror of your internal state. Your circumstances reflect your beliefs and habits. This is both terrifying and liberating. Terrifying because it means you can't blame anyone else. Liberating because it means you can change everything by changing yourself. A Stoic mind is anti-fragile. This is a term that means it doesn't just resist stress, it actually grows stronger from it. When you practice Stoicism, difficulties become fuel. They develop your character, they sharpen your judgment, they give you real stories to draw from later. The person who has never failed has no wisdom to offer. The person who has faced hardship with grace has become incredibly valuable. When you stop trying to control external circumstances and start focusing on controlling your response, a strange thing happens. You become more effective in the world. Why? Because desperation clouds judgment. Fear narrows perspective. But calm clarity sees opportunities others miss. It makes connections others don't see. It attracts people and resources others can't access. Start today with this practice. Choose one area of your life where you feel anxious or out of control. Notice what you're trying to control that's actually outside your power. Write it down if you want. Then identify what you actually can control about that situation. Your attitude, your effort, your honesty, your boundaries. Focus entirely on that. Let the rest go. You'll feel lighter immediately. And as you continue this practice, manifesting becomes easier because you're no longer fighting yourself. You're no longer split between what you consciously want and what you're actually afraid of. You're integrated, you're whole, and from wholeness you can create anything. Welcome to the Stoic path. Your calm life starts now.